Hello lovelies, welcome to the Crafty Pixie channel. I am Bee. Thank you so much for stopping by. It is great to have you. How is everybody doing? I hope that you are doing well. It's getting really warm in my neck of the woods, so hopefully everybody is okay. In today's video, we have this adorable eyeglass pouch. I'll have the link in the description box below for you. It's great. This came together in no time. And there's two options. So this is option B, and then of course there's an option A where it's all one fabric instead of two. So I did vinyl on the outside, quilt cotton for the flap, and then quilt cotton for the inside, and a little bit of fusible fleece and a little bit of SF 101. It came together so fast. I used a little cam snap on there, a little plastic one. You can use a magnetic snap if you want to, but like I said, this came together so quick. To me, it's beginner friendly. I had absolutely no issue whatsoever constructing this. The directions were written fantastically. I can't say enough. This is so freaking cute. It's so easy. I enjoyed it, and I'm making one for everybody. Literally, everybody's getting one. Sunglasses, glasses, whatever. It's right here. So if you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button down below and do the notifications so you know when I upload every week. Leave a comment in the comment section, especially if you are a new subscriber. I would love to hear from you. Give the video a thumbs up, and don't forget to share. Sharing really helps get me out into, get the videos, I should say, out into the world, and lets YouTube know that everybody's really enjoying it. So, without any further ado, let's get to materials and escape for a while. For this project, I am going to do option B. So for that, I've got the quilt cotton flap with the fusible interfacing. I used SF 101. Then I have the bottom portion, which is the vinyl. Then we have the interior, which is quilt cotton, and it does have the fusible fleece already attached. You're going to need a marking tool. Seam ripper is always good to have. Clips or pins. I am using cam snaps or plastic snaps. You can use magnetic snaps if you want, but I'm going to use these. And then scissors, coordinating thread, sewing machine, iron, and a little bit of time. So let's get started. First thing is first, we're going to take our vinyl piece and our cotton flap piece. We're going to line the top edges together, right sides facing. Line up right on the edges. We're going to clip that into place. Like so. Now we're going to take this over to the sewing machine, and with a 3/8 inch seam allowance, we're going to sew right across the top. Make sure to backstitch at the beginning and at the end. And then when we are done, we're going to fold it and top stitch. So I'm going to do that. I'll be right back. With that done, we are going to fold the flap up. You can give it a press, just make sure you don't iron the vinyl. And we're going to make it so that the seam allowance is up towards the flap. And then we're going to top stitch at 1/8 of an inch seam allowance all across the top. Make sure to backstitch at the beginning and at the end. So I'm going to do that. I'll be right back. With that done, now we're going to install the snaps. I forgot to mention the plastic snaps that I'm using have tools, and I didn't mention it, sorry. So what we're going to do is we're going to install the male end onto the exterior bottom fabric. I went ahead and took the pattern and made the dot. Now we're just going to poke through. Make sure you do not stab yourself, it hurts. Been there, done that. Okay, if you are using a magnetic snap for this, you definitely want to have some reinforcement on the back just to make the fabric stronger in that area. But with these, shouldn't have much of an issue. My fingers don't like to work. There we go. All right, so there's that. And then you stick the male end on top. Put it inside the tool and squeeze. All right, and there is the bottom piece. Now with the top piece, you can put it straight through the lining and the exterior, but I'm just going to put it onto the lining. So I've already made the hole, and well, not made the hole, but dotted the hole. Now we're going to push through. We're going to take the female end and insert that on top. Now we're going to put the prongs through the back. Female end on top. And we're going to snap together like we did on the other one. Just like that, nice and tight. All right, and that is done. Now we're going to align the lining with the exterior. So with the exterior right side up, we're going to lay the lining right side down, like so. We're going to line up all edges, and we're going to clip into place. Now when we do this, we want to leave an opening at the bottom to turn everything right side out. So you're definitely going to want to leave a few inches. I would say 1.5 to 2 inches right there at the bottom. And then we're just going to clip around. You can use as many clips as you want or as few clips as you want. If you are using vinyl or leather, you don't want to use pins for this because the pin marks do not go away on the vinyl or the leather like they do on cotton. So just bear that in mind. Now, when you go around, you're going to sew at 3/8 of an inch seam allowance, and you're going to want to go slow. There are a few curves. They're not bad, but you want to make sure it keeps its curve for when we turn it right side out. That's what gives it its cool shape. Okay, so I'm going to go over to the sewing machine, Sew at a 3/8 inch seam allowance, and I'll be right back. With that done, I went ahead and used my pinking shears and just cut the seam allowance down all the way across except for where our opening is, just to make everything smoother when we turn it right side out. And then I also came over and I clipped in right here just to add a little bit more room for it to turn when we're done. So now what we do is simply turn it right side out. So I'm going to do that. I'll be right back. With that turned right side out, this is what you're looking at. Now we're going to clip our turning area closed, and we're going to top stitch from this corner to this corner, 1/8 of an inch seam allowance right across the edge. Make sure to back stitch at the beginning and at the end. When you top stitch, I would top stitch on the exterior side up so that the cleaner finished stitch is on the outside. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and I'll be right back. Now we're going to simply fold at that indent and fold up right along the sides and clip. Now we're going to take this over to the sewing machine and we're going to top stitch following the stitch that we already started, 1/8 of an inch all the way down. Make sure to back stitch really well at the beginning and at the end, because this is where you're going to be sliding the glasses in and out of. And then when you're done, we're going to top stitch 1/8 of an inch seam allowance right across the top. Now top stitching stitch length is about 3 millimeters. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and I'll be right back. And voila, you are done. I hope you enjoyed this quick video. Give the video a like, a thumbs up, and a share. And don't forget to leave a comment as well. Until next time, see ya!